Hey there, Derek Rydall here, founder of the Law of Emergence and author of the best-selling books Emergence and the Abundance Project. And I'm coming to you today to talk about a very powerful principle in these times and in any times really, which is what you see is what you get. And what that basically means is that we don't, first of all, we don't experience life as it really is. We experience life as we are. We experience life through the filters of our own perception. And so what we're seeing is always a reflection of our own perception. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm looking out at a tree and seeing a tree and you're seeing a fire hydrant. But based on my perception of trees, I may look out at a tree and see an amazing opportunity to play and swing and climb or get shade. Or if I fell from a tree and hurt myself really badly as a kid, I might look out at a tree and want to stay away from it. It might bring up fear in me. It might activate a very different psychological, emotional, and biological response. And so, and then that response of mine will begin to craft and shape my additional thinking, feeling, and my actions, and my whole reality around trees. This is true. I might see a snake. Some person could see a snake and obviously be terrified and run screaming out of the room and their heart rate go up or have a heart attack or whatever. And another person who may have grown up with animals and reptiles may see it as a friend and love it and know how to charm it. So it's all about our perception. And it's based on, there's a biblical statement that as thou seest, so thou beest. And there's a story, a parable of a priest that wakes up every morning and a prostitute that wakes up every morning. And they're in apartments across from each other and they can see each other through the window getting ready for their day's work. And the priest wakes up every morning and sees a prostitute. And so he sees a poor sinning creature and perhaps has judgment and fear and whatever else goes on. And then he goes about his pious workday. And the prostitute wakes up and she sees this man of God, man of love, man of truth, and perhaps feels a sense of grace or gratitude that he's doing his work in the world or whatever. And they both die, and she ends up in heaven and he ends up by St. Peter's being taken to hell. And he's like, I don't understand. What gives here, man? I worked every day doing the work of God. He says, you woke up every day and all you saw was evil and darkness and sin. Every morning, that's how you started your day. And so that's what you were filled with, and that's what you get. All right? What you see is what you get. And life is a Rorschach test. And right now, during this crisis, what you're seeing is a Rorschach test, those ink blots, that it's not what it appears to be. How it's triggering you, how it's moving you, how it's inspiring you or bringing you into despair and fear is not telling you so much what's going on out there. It's telling you about what's going on inside of you. Okay, now I'm not diminishing what's happening. And by the way, whenever you listen to this, the crisis could be in your personal life. It could be physical, financial, mental, emotional, relational, family. Or it could be a global pandemic and an economical crash. But so I'm not diminishing the facts. I'm not saying put your head in the sand or keep your head in the clouds. Facts are facts, and we want to see them as they are, not worse than they are. But our role as spiritual students, teachers, seekers, or just human beings that want to live a more liberated, more joyful, more expanded, and more empowered life. Our role must always be to try to see through the appearances to the greater reality, and that seeing starts by looking at how we're seeing it, what we're seeing. If I look out and I see fear and pandemonium and it makes me afraid, I have judgment, I'm angry at people, I'm paranoid, whatever the case is, it's important to know that the fear, the doubt, the worry, the anger, the paranoia, the reaction is 100% coming from within me. No circumstance has any ability to activate my thinking or my feeling. This is undeniable. There is nothing that's being excreted from the experiences in the world that are causing you to have a particular thought or feeling. You're generating that based on your perception. Your thought is creating a feeling. Your feeling is creating a biological response. That's producing you to say things and act in certain ways. It's a 100% inside job. Now, again, I'm not diminishing the conditions. I'm not saying don't be a good steward. Don't take good care of yourself in times of challenge and crisis, right? Stock up on toilet paper. If you can get it for $1,000 a roll, you might have a side business. But remember that your reaction, what you're seeing, is creating a reality, is feeding a reality that will become a deeper subjective belief, that will become an emotional pattern, that will become a psychoneuroimmunological pattern, a biological pattern, and that will also create conversation. It will compel action. It will begin to create your life experience now and in the future. What you see is what you get. And it's really important to understand, it doesn't matter who's doing it, who's saying it, what the person, place, or condition is. That whatever squeezes you, it doesn't matter. Whether it's a financial crisis, a health crisis, a personal friendship or family or relationship crisis, a global pandemic. It's not about the condition that's squeezing you. It's about what comes out when you're squeezed. Okay? If you squeeze an orange, what comes out? Orange juice. If I squeeze it, what comes out? Orange juice. If Donald Trump squeezes it, or Barack Obama squeezes it, or Jesus Christ squeezes it, what comes out? Well, in Jesus' case, maybe wine. Okay? But other than that, orange juice. If you run over it with a truck, if you drop it off a building, if an animal bites into it, it doesn't matter. The only thing that can come out of something is what's already in it. And so when life is squeezing you, and however life is squeezing you right now, and making you see life in a certain way, as a danger to be avoided, as a problem to be solved, as a threat to be overcome, it's really important that you take 100% responsibility and begin to do the work to see things in a way that serves you and ultimately serves us all. So what do I mean by that? If you see lack and that makes you become afraid and that makes you contract, you are now a smaller channel for life to flow through, mentally, emotionally, energetically, physically, financially, creatively. You've contracted because you see lack, you perceive lack. Now you are a smaller channel. And on the other side of that contraction, are you going to have more or are you going to have less? Are you going to be more capable of expressing and living the life you desire and serving and loving others? Or are you going to be less capable? The answer is less. So that seeing of lack and that belief that there's not enough and that you're in danger and that you're not safe, that doesn't serve you. Now, again, I'm not saying you are not a good steward, that you don't make sure you have toilet paper, right? That you don't take care of yourself, that you don't eat well, that you don't perhaps manage your finances in a way that's a good steward, or whatever the situation may be. But what are you seeing in the world? What are you believing about the world and about yourself? If you're believing there's not enough to go around and everybody's out for themselves and you're unsafe and you're unsupported, then you are creating and continuing to create, or really reacting to, your internalized map of reality, your own self-concept or identity, and you're strengthening that. And on the other side of a recession, a depression, a pandemic, and any crisis, you'll be smaller, you'll be weaker, you'll have less, you'll be able to do less. That's just a fact. So as you're looking out at the world right now and you are reacting and you're triggered, and there's no judgment, we all are being triggered. We all are being called to expand. As one of the principles of Awaken Wealth that I teach is, do not adapt to conditions, expand in the face of contraction so that your channels become bigger. When the burden seems too heavy, do not pray to make it lighter. Pray that you get stronger. When the goal seems too far out of reach, do not pray to bring things closer. Pray that your reach becomes longer. If you have a mountain to climb, you climb it, and it makes you a stronger climber. And it makes the next mountain like that a breeze. So whatever is going on right now for you, whatever is being triggered, take good care of yourself. But one of the best ways to take care of yourself now and for the future and post-crisis, and as a legacy and a lineage and a gift to everybody around you, is begin to become conscious of what your belief is. Life is squeezing you right now, and it's showing you what's in you. It's showing you your beliefs about money, your beliefs about health, your beliefs about people and government and humanity, your beliefs about safety, security, support, and supply. Perhaps your beliefs about family and friendship. And some of it may be showing you how much you care. Your heart may be breaking for humanity, and that's a good thing. Some of it may be showing you that your priorities have gotten mixed up and that you've been focused too much on matter and not enough on what matters. And that's a good thing. But some of it might be showing you that you have a deep-seated belief, like so many of us, that you are separate and cut off from life itself, that all that you can really depend on is whatever condition you see, whatever's in your body or business or bank account at the moment. And that, my friends, is a lie. Your body, your business, your bank account does not tell you how wealthy, healthy, or successful you are. Your consciousness is your source and is the only law into your life. And you have the capacity now to really do a spring cleaning of your heart and your soul and your mind and perhaps even your house. And really now see, oh my God, I didn't know I was living in the dark. I was living in the dark and my eyes had adjusted. And now that the light is being shown on it because of this crisis, I can see all the garbage in my house. I can see where I've been holding on to resentments and unforgiveness. I can see where I've been playing small. I can see where I really don't believe that I'm connected to a source of the universe or a higher power. I can actually see now and be honest where my doubt and my fear and my worry is. And now I can get to work. I can get down like James Brown. I can lock myself in the closet. And now is probably good as time as any to lock yourself in the closet. And this does not go out with, besides prayer and fasting. And since the grocery shelves right now are kind of bare, maybe fasting isn't such a bad idea. Now we can do the real work. Who am I really? Whose am I really? What am I really? Where am I really? Why am I really? What is life up to as me? What is the truth that makes me free? Open my heart, open my eyes, God, life, love. Let me be an instrument of more love, more truth. I'm willing, I'm ready. Heal my unwillingness. I'm courageous enough to see where I've really been living, what I've really been thinking and believing. It's time to wake up, people. This is a wake-up call. It's not a tragedy. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for us to get real with ourselves, to slow down, to sit our butts down, to become more interested in what's going on inside of us, what really matters to us, who really matters to us, what really matters to the world, and get back in alignment with our heart and our soul and our planet and this society of other human beings. We're being asked to come into alignment, to slow down, to reprioritize, and to get clearer on why we're really here and what life is up to as us. I promise you, if you're willing to do this work, play. Stay connected with me, stay connected to this community or wherever you're getting your spiritual nourishment or inspiration or support. that, like the winter time when it seems like nothing is growing on the surface, if you're willing to dig your roots deeply, those deep roots will bring about rich fruits when the harvest comes around again. And it will come around again. In fact, it's already here. When the disciples asked Jesus, when is the harvest going to come? He said, lift up your eyes and behold, the fields are already white unto the harvest. But there were not enough laborers to go into the field. We get to be those laborers, a labor of love in the field of life, of God, of truth. We are surrounded by love and abundance and inspiration and wisdom and opportunity, but we have to cultivate the soil of our soul. We have to bring our heart and mind, our thoughts and feelings and actions into alignment with the greater truth of our being. And when we do that, like tuning our dial from K-L-A-C-K, K-L-A-C, to K-G-O-D or K-R-I-C-H, there's a whole different song that starts to play. The beat of abundance, the symphony of success, the rhythm of joy. It's broadcasting right now. Where are you going to tune your dial? Where are you going to put your attention and intention? What you see is what you get. So what are you seeing today? What are you seeing when you look in the mirror or look on the news or look in the world? And however it's squeezing you, whatever it's bringing out, it's showing you where your opportunity for growth and healing is. Please take that opportunity with me. Join me. And together we can truly and radically transform our lives and take the whole world to the next level. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm with you. And until next time, remember to live authentically, love unconditionally, and follow your destiny.